Hello everyone, my name is Julian and welcome to a new video on this channel. So it's been a while since I uploaded my last video. I think it was like nearly 2 months ago. That's because I had really a lot of things to do, kind of private things or personal things. But I'm back and I'm trying to upload new videos, at least on a weekly basis. I don't think I can manage the daily or even 3 times a week thing. But nevertheless, in this video, we're gonna talk about the strength of our character. That's because we are extremely strong. We're stronger than most of us even think. So, to start things off, we're gonna wanna talk about how you measure your strength. Well, quite simple. We have, at least this is, I've installed a mod, so that's more than you have inventory slots. But at our maximum in the vanilla game, we have 81 inventory slots. That means we can take up to 81 different items or even the same items multiple times. That's our first thing we want to have in mind. The next thing is different materials. Because our question is, what materials do we take for measurement? Well, first things first, I looked up the density of different materials in this game. And it wasn't surprising that the 2 most dense materials were uranium ore and of course catherium ingot. And I'm going to talk about this one later. So first of all, let's look at uranium. Now, uranium has a density of 19.05 kilograms per cubic decimeter. That means 1 cubic meter of uranium takes up about, is 19 tons or 19,000 kilograms heavy. Which is roughly this size here. Because if you measure it, this should stretch a bit more than 5 times or 6 times. So yeah, that's basically 1 cubic meter of uranium. Which means if you have only one of those in your inventory, you could carry 19 tons of material just by one of those, which is insane. Now, what's the problem? Well, I'd say it's the best we can get to normal life comparison. That's because we have uranium in our own world, which I'm going to talk about catherium later on. Now, what's the problem? Well, this isn't pure uranium. I mean, this is ore. So there are a lot of impurities in it and stuff like that. But if we just imagine that this would be pure uranium, and we would have our inventory full with uranium, let's say let's say our complete inventory, the whole 81 slots, would be full with uranium. That means we would carry an insane amount of 154,305 tons. Which means, I'm gonna put that out of the inventory. Oh, no, I'm gonna go away a bit. Which means that we would be able to carry over 150 tons. Which is just an insane amount, but that's not even the strongest we can get. Now that's where catherium comes in. If you look in the wiki, you see that catherium should be an all gold and silver like material. If you compare it to real life materials. I'm gonna blend you the wiki article in right now. What does that mean? Well, it basically means it's not existent. But if we would say that this is gold, because I mean, it pretty much is used the same way as gold is, then it would have a density of 19.3 kilograms per cubic decimeter, or 19.3 tons per cubic meter, which is just a bit more than the uranium, but still insanely much. That means we would be able to carry 156,330 tons, which would be just over 2,000 tons more than the uranium, which is significantly more. If you just imagine, that would be like 2 cars you could carry in your inventory. Now, if you can put that in perspective, you will be able to carry around 150,000 cars, or the same as Tesla fabricates cars in 1.5 years, which is insane. This amount is insane, and you can still jump and fly around like you have nothing in inventory at all. Well, but that's theoretically the maximum we have. Now, there is one exception, and I want to come to that right away. Now, the exception is, of course, copper. Why copper? Well, the copper wire you see here is is much less dense than gold or uranium. But there is a catch. You can stack this on 500, and the other one's only on 100 stacks. That means you can carry 5 times the amount, which would be much more. But the problem is, it's not pure copper. This is nowhere near pure copper. You can see that there's wood and stuff. If we'd imagine that this is pure copper, and this is 1 meter high and 1 meter in diameter, like 1 meter high, 1 meter diameter, that would mean that now please keep in mind, that would mean that we would be able to carry 284,225 tons, which is so insane that, well, I mean, you can't imagine. But how? Okay, first things first, how do they get to this number? Well, the density of copper is 8.94 kilograms per cubic decimeter, or roughly 9 tons per cubic meter of solid copper. But we don't have a square here, we have a cylinder. That means we have to evaluate the volume of it, which would be pi multiplied by the radius squared multiplied by the height, or the formula which you can see here. Well, that means if that will roughly give us 0.785 cubic meters times 500 would be, and times 81 would be 31,792.5 cubic meters, which we could fit in our inventory, which is yeah. And this multiplied by the density, 8.954, will give us the 284,250 tons. I don't think I have to put anything here or the party, because that would just be maybe 1 ton more or less. But yeah, that's like the strongest you can get. Yeah. Now, the thing is, uranium is more. Oh my god! Ah, stuck. Ah, like no. So, thing is, uranium is more of a real life comparing material rather than deuterium, and the copper wire is, yeah, I would say, it's, you can't really say that this is the volume or the mass, because you have lots of other materials in here. So I would say that the uranium wins this contest just because it's more of a, it's more of a real life comparison. The Ethereum could also be like silver or a mixture of silver and gold, which would bring the volume down by a lot. And the copper again, as I mentioned before. So as it's getting dark, I think that's, oh, hello friend, yay! So as it's getting dark, I would say this is perfect end for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if so, I would love that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm doing more. I think maybe I have time to do more videos like that one. And yeah, I hope we see us in the next episode. Have a great day.